Now, Director, many members of this committee have concerns about the small dollar rule, and during your last visit before this committee, we discussed the payments provision of the small dollar rule. I'd like to continue that dialogue by asking you if there are currently any plans to modify this section of the small dollar rule.
Congressman, I remember the conversation and know that there have been questions raised. There was a petition, in fact, for us to reconsider it, and that's a petition that is still standing. In the meantime, though, the payments provisions, as you know, are stayed due to litigation over the rule in its totality. I can say that the payments provision and the underwriting requirements do have a separate legal and factual basis in the 2017 rule. And the reconsideration rule that the Bureau issued last spring was directed specifically at the factual and legal underpinnings of the underwriting provisions.
Coming at a slightly different question, next I'd like to ask about the Bureau's tribal consultation process. This policy provides general guidance on how CFPB should consult with tribal governments during the rulemaking process. And I note for the record that I represent all or part of 16 different tribes, so I'm very sensitive about how all federal agencies interact with the tribes. Could you elaborate on how the Bureau is working to adhere to and improve the tribal consultation process?
Absolutely, and I appreciate that opportunity. I have had the opportunity to meet with tribal leaders in this position, and I shared with them that I have a history in many of my other positions in government of working with tribal entities to understand the unique issues that they're facing and to have that dialogue with them as required through the regulatory process. We do have a tribal official designated. We do have regular interactions with the tribes and make sure that, again, they have the opportunity to raise the concerns or questions or issues that they're seeing in the marketplace that affect them. And we very much appreciate that engagement and take that into account, both in the formal process as well as informally seeking their views.
Because not only in Oklahoma, but across the country, they are a very progressive, very focused economic force in developing communities to the benefit of everyone. With that, thank you, Director, and I yield back the balance of my time, Madam Chair.